Hello, this is Ladislav Smola. I'm a Red Hat engineer and I will show you today how to deploy OpenStack using Instack on the bare metal environment. So for this we have 3 bare metal machines prepared. Before we will proceed to the list of steps of Instack, we need to have bare metals configured, especially networking. So please read how to do that on this wiki page. Basically, this is the important part. So the networking should then look like this. For the deployment, we will use the Pixie and management network. So we have already done that on our bare metal and we already run Instack, so the steps you need to run is this one. These are only for VM setup up to step 7, so then you need to download the images. Step 8, installing the Instack on the undercloud machine and copying the credentials. Once that's completed, let's go to see the machine, cut the stack RC, and we will get the admin password so we can connect to the UI. Okay, let's do that. We are logged in. First step we need to do is register the nodes. So we have 2 bare metal machines prepared. We need to get them inside Ironic. We will use the auto discover feature. I have CSV file prepared for this. Let's see what's inside. So we have two bare metal machines here. What you need to provide is driver, which is Pixie IPMI tool, IP address and credentials for the IPMI interface. So let's do that. And register the nodes. Now we can see 2 nodes are being auto-discovered. So we can check the progress in ILO console. So we will sign into the ILO and click on the remote console. I've already done that. I'm using the Java console. And we will see it has already started. So this will take about 10 minutes. I will stop just at the most important part. So let's skip forward a bit. So the machine is booting. I will keep it running from now on and comment just the most important part. Good, we are trying to boot from network. It will soon load the auto discovery images. And it's loading the discovery kernel and discovery RAM disk images. Now doing the auto discovery. And discovery is done. So let's go to the UI and check it out. And we can see all the information have been discovered. That's good. Let's activate the nodes. Activating nodes get them from maintenance mode and power them off. So now they are ready for deployment. Currently there is still one bug preventing from deploying these discovered nodes, so let's see how to go around that. So right now when we discover nodes, it discovers all the interfaces of the nodes, but there is a small bug in Ironic or Nova that it will use just one interface. It probably picks first or last for booting, for net booting the node. So it may happen that it picks the wrong one. We need to pick the management port. So a quick workaround is to delete the interfaces, the ports that are not management. So let's do that. So we have 4 ports for 2 nodes. Let's show the content of them. These are the four ports. We have a list of ports that we we want to keep here. So this is the ports that should be used for netboot, so we need to keep those. The MAC address ends 29 and 2D, so let's keep those and delete the rest. We don't want this one. And this one. Good, we have 2 ports left. This workaround will not be needed soon. We are working on fix, so we will be either able to pick which ports are management or it will sequentially go through all ports and try netboot there. So we have nodes ready. Let's check the configuration before we deploy. So for bare metal deployment, we need to set deployment type for KVM, public interface to EM2, this is our management interface, SNMP password that we can find on etc ceilometer conf in undercloud, cloud name, which is the DNS name of this cloud, so let's keep overcloud there, for example. Cinder iSCSI helper, this one is deprecated from Fedora 17 and RHEL 7, so we will use this one. And NTP server, since in production we should not use public one, and all the public ones are even blocked on our testing machines. So that's good. Let's save it. And that's everything we need, and we can proceed with the deployment. So we have only 2 nodes available, so let's deploy only controller and compute. And it is deploying. This will take about 15 minutes, so let's skip forward a bit. You can check the idle console again, what is happening on the node, and we can see it is booting from the network. Now it deploy kernel and deploy RAM disk images. Those images will then download the needed image for the OpenStack services. Okay, we can skip forward a bit again. And we can see both nodes have been deployed, so now we are waiting for the final configuration of the nodes. And deployment has finished, so let's just initialize it. Defaults will be good for the bare metal setup. And it's done, so our OpenStack is successfully deployed. Before we will log into the overcloud, let's just try if the monitoring is working. And we can see all is fine. We have 2 provisioned nodes, and this is their aggregated statistics of system load and CPU utilization. Now let's test if overcloud is working properly. So the IP here is not publicly accessible, you would have to set it up, so let's just quickly create a SSH tunnel so we can test it. So on this machine, on this IP on port 80, we have overcloud horizon running, so this is the controller node. Let's create the SSH tunnel. And localhost on 8123. enable. We have the password here. So let's log in. And we have successfully logged in. So let's see if the hypervisor is registered there. So this is our only compute machine. We can see that it has around 32 gigs minus the RAM it needs for the hypervisor itself, and the other specification seems to be correct too. Okay, so let's upload some image. I have just a serious image downloaded here, so let's try that. Okay, image is uploaded. Let's try to deploy some VM. Okay, we can have to pick some network, and the image is being deployed. We have the IP address from the pool we have chosen in the initialization process. This might take a while, so I'll just skip to the end. And the virtual machine has been deployed, so that's good. Seems like it is all good. Okay, we won't be testing the deploying of storage because we haven't deployed any of that. We don't have enough hardware, so this should be enough. Thank you very much.